And welcome back to the Spoilercast, the show where we talk about movies and we don't care about spoiling them. Especially today, because we're talking about a movie that's 30 years old. No, 40 years old. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I'm 35 this year, and I was born in 89. This movie's from 1984.
Yes.
And it's 2024. It's 40 years old.
Hey!
Yeah.
It's an anniversary, I guess.
It's an anniversary, yeah. Sorry. My name is Tobias, and with me as always is my sister and trusty co-host, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello. And, because of the stupid premiere date of Dune 2, Dune Chapter 2, we didn't have anything to do for this week. So we just basically Googled movies that are like Dune. And
yeah, what to watch when you can't watch Dune yet or something.
Yeah. And we landed on the animated, I guess, classic, because it's 30 years old, 40 years old now. Jesus Christ, I'm old. Nausicaä and of the Valley of the Wind. Yay! I gotta open my drink as well.
Yeah, Studio Ghibli, Hayao Miyazaki classic, yeah.
Yeah.
That basically everyone's seen, except for apparently me.
I hadn't seen it either. I haven't seen a lot of Ghibli movies. I've seen a couple. I've seen, of course, everyone's seen Spirited Away.
Yes.
And I saw Kiki's Delivery Service around the same time, I think. I think that's it, though. And now this.
Didn't you have Kiki's Delivery Service?
Yeah.
Or maybe you rented it or something?
No, I have it on DVD.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful movie.
It too. Yeah.
But this is one of those. This, and I guess Princess Mononoke is one of the more famous ones. I mean, all of them are basically famous, but
yeah,
those are the ones that are gonna stick out. Movies to watch when you can't watch Dune. I see some of that in this.
Yeah. You know, there's big monsters, bugs.
Yeah, there's desert. There's the whole, two warring nations and peace-loving people caught in the middle, sort of.
And the prophecy of a Messiah-esque character.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it kind of is like Dune. Not as good, though. Not as good as the book, I'll say. But hey, I'll say this. This is much better than the Dune movie.
Well, story-wise, you mean?
In every way, basically. But hey, I'm jumping ahead. We're gonna do this the right way. What did you think of Nausicaä of the Valley of the Wind?
I thought it was pretty good. As per usual, when you watch a movie in a language you don't understand, it's a little bit confusing, and I did have to rewind because I feel like I blinked and I missed some things.
Yeah. Because
they said something, I was like, wait, what did you just say? I didn't follow. Kind of thing, which always throws me off a little bit. And I kept getting bothered by the fact that Nausicaä is half naked and showing her ass all the time.
She is wearing pants, though.
Is she?
Those are tight. Sure? She's wearing leggings. Yes.
It looks very strange. They should have been another color.
In the beginning, I was like, "Oh, come on." I know really? Japanese people are kind of, pervy, yeah. But not Miyazaki, right? But yeah, she's just bare-assed flying around. It's like, oh no. But then at some point you do see her take the dress thing off, and you're like, oh, those are pants, and he has like an undershirt on.
I didn't really connect that. I was like, did she just put on pants when you couldn't see him? I don't know.
But yeah,
it was weird to me.
It was a little. I was thrown off immediately. But I forgot as soon as the whole doomsday plot started.
Yes. But yeah, overall, pretty solid. Not my favorite movie out of the ones I've seen, because I've seen a few. I realize.
Okay.
Because I've last year started watching some of the ones I haven't seen yet. So I added like My Neighbor Totoro and Howl's Moving Castle. I rewatched Spirited Away because I hadn't seen that in a while. I didn't get to Princess Mononoke yet, but I'm dying to see that one. And it's not my favorite out of the ones I've seen.
Which one is your favorite of the ones you've seen?
Spirited Away is really good.
Okay, I have to because I haven't watched that since it was new, so it's like over 20 years at this point.
Yeah.
I really, I want to watch Princess Mononoke, mostly because I think in the English dub, Ewan McGregor plays a role, or does a voice over.
Possibly.
Yeah, I think that was...
Also, she just looks really badass.
Yeah, that too.
The wolf
oh my god.
The fur.
Keith David is in it. Gillian Anderson, hello.
I never watched them with an English dub.
No, me neither.
Because it feels
dumb.
Blasphemous almost.
Yeah, when you have subtitles, why not experiencing it in its correct
original form
language? Yeah. But this one I might, because hey, Gillian Anderson.
I mean, you can watch it twice.
Yeah, exactly, if it's good. But then I heard, I mean, like we said, most of the Studio Ghibli movies get like great reviews. I think like, has he ever, or have they ever made a movie that would like flopped? I don't know.
Nah, I don't think so.
Is there any like, hold on, is there like a Studio
failure
Ghibli like ranking? Let's see if anyone like, yeah, this movie's actually pretty bad or something, you know. Rotten Tomatoes has a list. Yeah, we're veering off the yes. Nausicaä discussion right away because whatever.
We'll get into it. We'll get to it. Hold on.
This is okay. Well, obviously some movies we haven't even heard of. No, I have heard of that one. So this is just ranked by the tomato meter score then.
Sure.
On top is The Tale of Princess Kaguya, which, is that a movie or a short?
I don't think that's a Hayao Miyazaki, though. It's a Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, but he basically... I thought he made all of them.
I don't think so, no. He's not, like...
No, that's... Okay,
official director or writer or whatever.
That's true.
For all of them.
Oh, okay.
He is the owner of the production company, I think.
So maybe...
Isn't his son the owner now?
I don't know.
Something?
Yeah, it's directed by Isao Takahata.
Yeah.
And written by him and Riko Sakaguchi.
I'm just looking at Hayao Miyazaki as director, but if you look at him as writer, sure, they add a few more.
Yeah. But most of them are, though, I think, are Miyazaki movies. But the Studio Ghibli ranking is then, that's on top, 100%. Then, from 1991, Only Yesterday also has 100%. Is that, Hey, Isao Takahata as well. But I think this is one of those that... It's from 1991, but I think it was, like, recently dubbed, because the actors are Daisy Ridley and Dev Patel. So, I don't think they dubbed it in 1991.
No.
She was barely
Most
born.
Probably not.
Then it's Kiki's Delivery Service in 98. What? This is why I don't like Rotten Tomatoes. I don't understand why everyone goes by Rotten Tomatoes instead of Metacritic. On the third spot is Kiki's Delivery Service, 98.
Yeah.
On number 4 is Grave of the Fireflies at 100%.
Huh?
Yeah, what? And then at number 5 is Spirited Away, 96. Number 6...
There's 2 different scores on Rotten Tomato, right?
Well, there is
like the audience score and the tomato score.
Yeah, but that's on Metascore as well, Metacritic as well.
But what do they base this list on then?
That's what's so dumb about this.
Audience score or the
it's on a tomato score, this critic score. The problem is, the way they rank it, they don't actually go by percentage. They just go by fresh or rotten. So you could give a movie like a like pretty bad, like 60 out of 100, and they'll say, that's fresh. But a 90 out of 100 isn't fresh as well. There's no whatever. But fuck it.
Fuck it. You know what? Back to the movie.
Okay. Yeah.
What did you think of it?
Oh, I fucking loved it.
There we go.
By the way, according to this list, it's on spot 18. right between Whisper of the Heart and below it Ocean Waves. Anyway, I loved it. Like I said, I was a little uneasy, or in the beginning, and honestly, for like the first 45 minutes, I was like, there's not really much of a plot.
No, it's a bit of a slow start.
Yeah, they get invaded by whatever they're called.
Well, there's a Turumuru something ship.
Tokomelkio, whatever they're called.
Something with a T.
The big knights.
But then they find
and then there's the Pejite people.
Yeah, and the Peju princess is on that ship for some reason in chains.
Yeah, well, we find out why. Because the Tokomelkio, they're basically going like, well, we're gonna fuck everything. We're gonna take over the world, and then we're gonna use this warrior. Giant warrior, the last of the giant warriors, to wipe out the insect threat, because that's the whole story. This is a post-apocalyptic world where basically everything died. There was a sea of decay, which is basically just a forest spreading toxic spores that kills everything.
Yeah,
because it started growing because mankind, were overpopulated. We industrialized the entire world. And now slivers of mankind survived after the 7 days of fire, where these giant warriors were used to wipe out most of the bugs. But the bugs survived, we barely. And now that the
Tolmekian in English.
Yeah, Tolmekian is trying to use the final a giant warrior to wipe out the Sea of Decay, the insects. But Nausicaä,
the last of the toxic forest.
Yeah, the princess of the Valley of the Wind, the one society that kind of embraced this new world and actually lives in harmony with what nature is left. Not the Sea of Decay, the rest of nature.
Yeah.
She desperately tries to stop the Tolmeki and the Pejitel from fighting each other, because it's just going to lead to more disaster, basically. Yeah. So we follow her on her desperate attempt to stop the war. And it really, really kicks off when, after she gets kidnapped, or they get taken over by the Tolmeki, and they crash in the Sea of Decay, the big forest. And her and a Pejitel soldier.
Prince?
But he's dressed as a soldier. They never really explain that. Technically, he's the princess's brother.
Exactly.
But they don't say he's a prince. Maybe he's one of those, I'm going to throw off my whatever it's called, my duty and be a soldier. Royalty, yeah.
My title.
Yeah, either way. They realize that below the Sea of Decay, there's actually a sprawling, living forest.
Yeah, because she has figured out that the water and the soil that is filtered by the poisonous forest or whatever actually is super clean.
Yeah. So the bugs aren't trying to destroy the world, they're just protecting what's beneath the Sea of Decay. Yeah. That's the plot, basically. And what ensues is then at that point, where they actually start, we have to stop this war, is a fucking race against time, a desperate race against time. And it's so overflowing with drama and emotions and amazing action sequences.
Yes.
This is I don't watch a lot of anime. I don't watch anime at all, really. I think in the last 20 years I've seen Spirited Away. I know I saw Steam Boy around the same time.
The only one I remember specifically from when we were younger is the one you had, which is Spriggan.
But that was technically before that. That was 98 or 99, so around the same time. But yeah. And then I saw a few episodes of Cyberpunk Edge Runners recently, which was actually pretty good. And then it's this. That's all I know of anime. I mean, I've watched some, adult anime, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Can't mention that on these platforms.
It's grown-up anime.
Sure.
That's not the same thing, though.
No.
But this really, from my limited knowledge of anime, this really embodies what makes anime good, which is, first of all, since it's all animated, the scale is off the charts. Everything is so fucking big. The big fucking flying ships. The army of bugs. Millions of bugs. And like I said, the action sequences. The scene where Yupa, the like elder like wizard character, when he jumps off the plane, and we've only heard they've talked about the legendary swordsman Yupa. We never see him fight though.
Like, it's you.
Yeah, and then he jumps on the plane to fight the Pegitel soldiers. I mean, it's not very long, but god damn, and just that. All the poses, like how every shot is like every frame of painting, you know? This is definitely every frame, literally every frame of painting, haha.
Yes.
But it's so good looking, and the animation is so good.
Yes.
And like I said, the voice acting, the music is a little all over the place. It was never bad, but sometimes like, what is this?
The one music I reacted to mostly was the one they kept repeating. They kept reusing it.
Yeah, it's like a theme.
Yeah, and it's like, this didn't really fit.
Are you thinking of that, na, la, 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 or the other one, the big
the other one.
swirling symphony thing?
Yeah, the other one.
I really liked, whenever there was like scenes of bugs, they almost played like some sort of dungeon synth, like...
that too.
That was awesome because I like.
It was very 80s.
Very 80s. Yeah, lots of bad, like poorly produced snares everywhere. Doom.
Yes.
Doom. Yeah. It's
which I appreciated, to be honest, because it's in the 80s, obviously. But it felt a little bit like it didn't really fit this beautiful, almost magical world of like nature and stuff. It felt very cyberpunk, but in the 80s.
It's like a bit ill-fitting, but I didn't dislike the music.
No, it was still good, just didn't fit perfectly.
Yeah. So I gotta say, maybe this won't be a long episode.
No.
But I gotta say, I have basically nothing to complain about. I won't say it's a 5 out of 5. But it's fucking close. Maybe some pacing issues in the middle. But other than that, I thought this was a wonderful movie.
I think I expected more of the like the magical stuff with like, you know, magical creatures and friends and having like imaginary people and stuff like in Spirited Away or My Neighbor Totoro.
Yeah.
It was almost too grounded, even though they had like weird technology, obviously.
Yeah, and I read a little bit on Letterboxd, and a lot of people agree that this is probably Miyazaki's like darkest story, like his.
Yeah.
Even though it I mean, in the end, it's really a story about hope and how, you know, hope and love conquers. I mean, even war, you know, conquers everything.
Sure, and you need to... It's a bit of a, you know, preserve the earth we have kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Destroy it and all that stuff.
It is super dark at times.
Sure, but I mean, so is parts of Spirited Away as well. And
yeah, but this is more, like, violent. Like...
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's because it's more realistic, more grounded.
Yeah.
You can accept darkness when it's a random monster eating everything in its path.
Yeah.
But when it's like... pollution and humanity destroying their home planet. Ah, damn, that hits a bit too close to home.
Yeah. I saw someone say their review was like, Nausicaä telling you to wear a mask. So I guess that they wrote that like 2 years ago. Someone.
Yeah, but it's that, and it's like, yeah, like I said, it's the whole save your planet before you destroy it completely kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because the people of the valley, they've figured out how to live in harmony with the forest.
Yeah.
Even if it's poisonous, because they've harnessed the wind.
The wind.
The wind to make sure that they don't get the spores too close, and if they do, they've figured out a way to only burn the spores and not the crops.
Yeah.
A little bit
they
magical.
live They live more or less not in harmony, but they don't like the bugs don't bother them and they don't bother the bugs, which the other nations don't seem to understand.
Neither is a threat to either.
Yeah. But the other nations are so blinded by this, like, this not greed, but this, like, we need to rebuild instead of, like, use what we have. So they're ready to, like, destroy everything that's left, only to, like, we're humans. This is our planet. Like, yeah, but you know.
They also, like, in comparison to Nausicaä, they haven't done their research. They haven't even looked at the poisonous forest.
Yeah.
They just went, that shit's poison. Let's burn it.
Yeah.
Before it poisons us, instead of, like she did, experiment and realize, oh, they're cleaning.
Yeah.
That's all they do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very, very, like, pro-nature message.
Yes.
Which is good. And I mean,
yeah.
This is a textbook example of how you do a kind of, like, morality story without it feeling forced. Like, imagine if this was made in 2020 and it was made by Disney. It would be so bad. Because it would be so much like, oh, you don't understand. All you want to do is destroy. I'm the one making the right decisions. Like, there's none of that, like, here.
At least 3 speeches made by the princess going like, no, you need to listen to the forest. You need to actually... She doesn't have time at all to explain this to anyone.
No.
Except for she mentions it to Yupa, I think.
Yeah.
When he finds her little dungeon experiment underground garden thing. Because the little Pikachu, no, Pokemon looking thing.
It's a squirrel fox.
Yes, that one.
Teto!
What did you call it?
Teto!
Yeah, Teto.
Teto!
Shows the way, basically.
Yeah. Also, there's so much show don't tell in this movie. Like how she's just accepting of every. I mean, even the Tolmeki and the Peggital, she kind of accepts them as well.
Oh yeah.
Because in the end, it's better to. I mean, she's basically Jesus.
Yes.
I was thinking there's a little bit of a Mary Sue in her, but
there's more of a Messiah.
Yeah, but she does in a way fail several times. She gets shot down. Yeah. She gets kidnapped. The bugs just run. Spoilers for a 40-year-old movie. The bugs just run her over. She literally dies.
Yes.
But then,
the baby bug does go, hey, hold up. She was actually nice to me.
And that's and she never, like, uses this power she has of the plot armor, Mary Sue armor, to, like, tell people, like, fuck you, you're bad, and there's no finger wagging. All she just is she is the best possible example she can be for everyone else.
Yeah.
And that's what makes her such a great character.
Lead by example.
Exactly. Thank you. She's a leader, not a boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so just proves how
refreshing.
Very refreshing to watch, but it also shows how simple it can be to convey a message we see a bunch of in movies nowadays, without it feeling like forced or like, you're blaming the audience, like, you morons, you're ruining everything. Do this instead. No, just make us believe in the person doing the right thing, so we want to do the same thing. Inspire us. Don't bark at us. It's wonderful. I want to be a fucking forest warrior now. It's that easy.
You want to learn how to hang glide with your bare ass.
Definitely. Oh. No, it was very, saying that about a 40-year movie, very refreshing. But I hadn't seen it before.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it's very,
which makes it even more interesting because it is a 40-year-old movie that had, like, the formula perfectly done by then.
Yeah.
Why are we still making the same mistakes then? We have the blueprint.
Yeah.
What the fuck's the issue?
It's because modern movies, they kowtow to the loud minority.
Sure.
And they're scared of not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Hayao Miyazaki doesn't care about that. Have you seen, like, interviews with him? He's just little little dude sitting in his studio drawing, and then he makes ramen for his animators, and then he goes out and he smokes like a pack of cigarettes a day, and like, oh, I like to. Have you seen the one where he talks about his hobbies?
No, honestly, I haven't seen any of them, but I've heard.
Yeah. One of his hobbies is to go around in the town, I think, where he grew up, or the town he lives in now, and photograph the old buildings, because each year they fall apart a little bit more. So he just keeps photographing them until they eventually disappear.
Fascinating.
Because that's what everything does. Everything just disappears. But at least I can
so
see
you need to capture
pictures. Yeah. And
that's kind of fascinating.
Yeah, he's such an interesting guy. So he doesn't have time to like question like, oh, is Twitter gonna hate my movie? No, he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't even know what Twitter is. Probably. That's me.
He does.
Now I'm speculating, but I don't know.
Wait, is he still alive? Are we sure?
I think so. Yeah. Shit, I hope so.
I just had this weird, because I remember hearing that his son had to like take over the company or something.
Well, he's pretty old.
No, he's still alive.
But he's alive. Maybe he is,
born in 41.
But the last
maybe his son only like took over parts.
I think so.
Like,
The last time he animated something was in 2010.
Yeah.
And that was just storyboards. I think that's what he does. But I think he wrote the latest Studio Ghibli movie, The Boy and the Heron, which I heard was a great movie as well. Which came out last year.
Oh,
and directed
we need to see that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he just handed over like some of the business stuff.
I think so
care
too.
As much about.
Because I mean,
or I just misheard. I don't know. I might be misremembering everything.
60. He's 83, so yeah, I can see if he wants to slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
No, but it's just he like it's so obvious that he tells the story he wants to tell.
Yes.
There's no like what's popular right now. Because that's also kind of funny. This came out in 84. And there was a huge like boom of like eco adventures in the early to mid 90s, both in animation and in live action movies. I mean, you had so many movies that talked about the environment. Like in animation, you had Fern Gully. You had Pocahontas in 95, which was, about nature, but also about, indigenous peoples.
But there's a strong message about
it. And I mean, look at like all blockbusters from the 90s. You have Waterworld, which of course is a world where the ice caps have melted.
Yes.
You have Independence Day.
Yes.
Where it's an outside threat, but they fight the threat with a virus.
Yeah.
And there's the whole thing about what if we like the whole nuclear thing, like what if we use nukes, which they do, which is insane in that movie. Fucking Twister. We're like, you know what? Tornadoes are dangerous. There's a bunch of more examples. Bunch more examples. Whatever. But this came out just before that.
He set the trend.
Yeah, you see?
Has he ever won like an Oscar? No, he hasn't. Right?
Yes. For Spirited Away. That's kind of when. That's also kind of when he broke through into the West mainstream. West. Yeah. I think he won, right?
Yeah, he has won one Oscar.
Yeah.
They were he was nominated this year. Or this Oscar he's nominated.
But The Boy and the Heron won something, right?
Did it? Has
no, it was
the Oscar
nominated.
Been yet?
Oh, it's nominated.
The winner's out.
Oh, right, for this Oscar, yeah.
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 Oh yeah, Howl's Moving Castle was also nominated.
Yeah.
He got a honorary award in 2015, whatever that means.
That's understandable. Yeah, it's nominated for Best Animated Feature.
Yeah.
Which, I guess...
It won the BAFTA this year, Boy and the Heron, as well as Spirited Away in 2004.
Yeah, and Critics' Choice Award. Nominee.
Oh, that's cool. At least he's got Western recognition then.
Yeah.
Not just from the anime fans, but like in general.
Yeah. He has broken through to the mainstream, definitely. It's also funny. No, I'm mixing up Studio Ghibli with Miyazaki, because Studio Ghibli does release a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, because Disney releases so many movies, and most of it is pretty bad nowadays. Imagine if they did what Studio Ghibli did and just release like one movie every couple of years, but that's not really true.
No, that's not true.
However, if you look at the like general scores, Ghibli movies get a lot better scores than Disney movies nowadays.
Sure.
I think it's I think, like I said, from my limited knowledge of Ghibli movies, I think it's definitely more of a focus on storytelling and less of a focus on doing what's popular.
Yes.
Which is where so many studios here in the West have gone wrong.
Yes.
Space Adventure Cobra.
Through their filmography on their the GhibliCollection.com. They have so many movies.
Yeah.
Some that look very random. But I am adding a bunch of these to my watch list.
But yeah, it's only been half an hour. But
I had some issues.
Oh yeah,
with
yeah.
the
I was gonna
story,
ask, was
to
there
be
something
honest.
you didn't really like?
I felt it was a bit. The people around them were a bit. Or, I don't know if it's the people or if they were trying to make the audience feel kind of dumb. But like when they mentioned what was her name? Baba Yaga. Obaba.
Yeah.
Obaba told the whole prophecy of the person in blue landing on a field of gold. I was like, yeah, but Nausicaä's wearing blue and she's flying over golden sand all day. Isn't that her then?
Yeah.
It was, but that's not what they meant, which is weird. I was like, but she's wearing blue.
I guess I was so immersed in the movie that I didn't even make that connection. But then when that happened in the end, I was like, oh!
Like, yeah, we know. She's wearing blue,
it worked perfectly
90% of the movie.
It worked perfectly for me, because this is a perfect example of where I was so ensconced in the movie that I had no time to like try to nitpick or find like, oh, so that's what they were talking. I was just like, yeah, this is that, which is also like a perfect sign of a movie that is good, because I don't have time to like be critical.
No, I don't think I was critical. I was like, as soon as they mentioned blue, I was like, she's wearing blue. It's her, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. She was the hero, so the protagonist.
Yeah, but like, she's already wearing blue. How have they not figured it out yet?
But it's
her.
Because it's a guy in the picture.
Yeah, that's true.
And they didn't even make a thing of that. It wasn't a man, it was a woman. No, it was just, that's the prophecy.
It's you.
Yeah. See how easy it is? See how easy it is to have a strong, independent female hero? I promise
you. They constantly praised her for being like, oh my god, you saved us. Hey, you're fixing this. Oh, you're so good. We like you so much. No one mentions, but you're a girl.
I promise you could show this to any like fucking weirdo YouTuber, commentary guy, and he would love this movie.
Oh yeah.
Some would say, oh, it's a girl, because they actually have a problem with girls for some reason. There are, of course, misogynists out there. Yes. But I think a lot of them are just like, they're just angry at the, the finger wagging and the politicizing of everything. And this is not that. And
no.
I just wish more movies were like this. Maybe I need to stop watching. I need to watch more anime, or at least more Studio Ghibli movies.
See, we're watching more Studio Ghibli movies then.
Oh, definitely.
This year is Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. No, but
I have some catching up to do.
Yeah. No, but I at least want to watch. The bigger ones. I want to watch Ponyo. I always found that
it's on my list.
Poster weird. It's like a little girl under a big jellyfish or something.
I had to like look at the trailer because before I decided which one to watch the last time. So I was like, I'm watching the trailers to decide which one.
Yeah.
I ended up with My Neighbor Totoro, but I watched the trailer for Ponyo and I was like, hold up, that's not supposed to be a girl. It's just a jellyfish.
What?
But it looks like a girl. And that's how jellyfish look in that world. What?
So she is...
She's just a jellyfish, I think.
Oh.
If I understood it correctly.
Okay.
I mean, I could have completely misunderstood the entire thing. But I just like, it's just a jellyfish, I guess. And it's because it's the boy's imagination that makes her look more human or something.
Okay.
Or maybe she's like the jellyfish princess.
Oh, and then
it's like with My Neighbor Totoro. He's not really there. He's just an imagination.
Yeah.
Or is he?
Yeah.
You know? The little soot sprites. Like, are they actually there when they're running away? Or is it just dust in the wind?
Well, we have a perfect excuse to watch at least My Neighbor Totoro this year, because you heard of the movie If coming out this year?
Yeah.
Written and directed, I think, by John Krasinski, which is a movie about a girl whose imaginary friend becomes real.
Yeah.
It's an imaginary friend. If.
Yeah.
Like My Neighbor Totoro. Isn't he like an imaginary friend? Yeah. So we'll make that connection later on.
It's like a collective imaginary
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sort of. Because I think at least two people actually see him. But it's still, it's a beautiful metaphor for finding support where you can't when you need it in the most weird places, and children having vivid imaginations when they're going through life crisis and all that stuff.
One movie I really want to watch, mainly because just the plot sounds so fucking weird, is Porco Rosso.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Red Baron, but he's a pig.
Yeah.
What?
That is also one of those, like, I've seen the poster and I'm like, what the heck? What is this?
It's a mustachioed pig in a plane going. I mean,
An Italian World War I fighter ace. But he's a pig.
He's cursed to look like an anthropomorphic pig. Yeah. Well, should we read some reviews? I don't really have much else to say. We're kind of...
No, but that's it's a very, like we said, it's pretty, it's unique in a way, but at the same time, it's so simple.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very...
There's not much fuss about it.
No, it's very straightforward.
Yes.
And it's...
There's cool details, though, that we could mention. Like the whole, the what did I say the other nation was called? Yeah. Their, like, princess being, like, she lost, like, an arm and two legs to the creatures, or the bugs, but she's still, like, fighting on, which is kind of badass, even though she's obviously scarred for life, both mentally and physically.
It's understandable why she is so hostile towards the bugs.
Yeah, I mean, they ate her arm.
Yeah, which makes her, like, I mean, it's very simple, but it's also very understandable then why she is so hostile towards the bugs and why she can't see past their violence. They literally ate her arm.
Yeah, and yet again, we have a woman in a leader role, but no one mentions the fact that she's a woman.
Yeah.
He likes writing strong females.
I think so, yeah. Get that feeling.
Yeah. And then we have the fire-breathing giants, or whatever they were.
Yeah.
And the underdeveloped one, which is terrifying.
Yeah. It reminds me of...
reminded me of the Iron Giant at first.
No, it reminds me of in Mass Effect 2 when you fight the half-finished Reaper, whatever they're called. Yeah. The one that the collectors are trying to create.
Yeah.
Just more gooey.
Yeah, it melts.
Yeah.
And it's a fascinating thing, though, to have this backstory of thousands of years ago. There were these giants who just vanished or, like, died out, and you can find their skulls in the desert.
Yeah, it's...
Somehow a heart survived underground?
Or like a cocoon or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they, like, grew a human from a heart.
But that's also...
a giant?
Yeah. That's also very interesting and good. Yes, now we can continue. How there is a rich background. There's lore to this world.
Oh, yeah.
But they only tell us enough so that we can be invested in the story that's going on now.
So we don't start asking, like, what's that giant thing?
Yeah, it's utilitarian world building. It's just enough. Yeah. It's not. We don't get bogged down in details. which is a big thing. I recently saw. I mean, that's my main problem with world building. Like, it's all this lore. How about the actual story is fun instead? Like, no, but the lore. Yeah. Filmento, which I think I mentioned before, the YouTube channel. He recently made a video about what's it called? Rebel Moon, Zack Snyder's latest movie.
Oh yeah. I watched that one.
The video?
No, the movie.
Okay. Yeah. I turned it off after like 20 minutes. It was the worst thing I ever seen.
I distracted myself with other.
Yeah, I want to love Zack Snyder, but I just can't. Not with that movie. It was so bad.
Ew.
But and he pointed out that, and that's really Zack Snyder's problem a lot of the times. He wants to tell these epic tales, but instead of actually making the movies about those, that's always the backstory to the story he wants to tell.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing with the armies and the assassination of the king and the robots who fought for the king and other pacifists. All that would have been a cool movie. But instead it's about this girl who works on a farm planet. And these bad guys who we don't know who they are.
One of their soldiers, apparently.
And
and also, there's part 2 coming.
Yeah, and they go around picking up other people for the entire movie.
It literally stops in the middle of a scene.
Yeah, I know. I saw the ending. I haven't seen the whole movie. I saw that. I said, what?
Hold up. What?
Yeah, and
you can't stop here. At least have and they travel into space. No. It just cuts off, basically.
I mean, even his good movies, even like one of the greatest movies of all time, Justice League. Yes, I will never stop fighting that fight.
It has a lot of
backstory,
excess backstory and lore that you don't really need to have explained to you that in that kind of detail.
Yeah, and then
which is why they're so fucking long.
And then you have like the movie cuts off right before the big climactic battle when Darkseid is about to come through with his army. And we're like, oh, we'll do that later. And we get the flash forwards to, a world destroyed by Superman and Batman running around in a duster being all super cool. Now we're never going to get that. Thanks, Zack. Fuck. How about you tell the story you want to tell instead? Stop with the backstories and lore. Get to the meat.
Instead, do Hayao Studio Ghibli.
Hayao Miyazaki.
And give us one little flashback to the silhouettes in the sky, basically walking across the earth, and they tell us how they burned it,
and then
destroy the poison forest.
Yeah, then make the actual story interesting.
Yeah,
make that the thing you want to do with the cool things.
Yeah.
This
is such a random side note, but I have the just realized the GhibliCollection.com page. When you leave that tab, it changes from the actual site name to Come Back.
What?
I just realized that as you were speaking. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Sorry. Yes, story.
Yeah. Because you can have cool moments. Cool moments don't have to be told as legends. They can happen right now.
Yes.
And
also they don't have to be an hour long.
Yeah. Like when Nausicaä, she pulls off a handle, she rips off a handle from the plane and uses it as a zip line to fly through the air to the hang glider.
And then she flips onto it in mid-flight.
Holy shit. Or the thing I already mentioned, when Yupa jumps from the plane to the other plane, goes swoosh, and his cape just goes, wah. It was so cool! It was pure movie magic in that moment.
Yes.
More of that. Or when the two planes were chasing each other, and the clouds that are full of wind and lightning, as they say, they're almost like walls, so that you can see the shadows on them, and they're flying next to the clouds as if they're clouds are physical, but they're thick here.
Solid.
Yeah, there was this dogfight between the two things. It was so cool.
Also, you got your flying ships, which you really like.
I am perversely in love with airships and any sort of dirigibles and balloons and shit. So yeah, a lot of flying in this movie. That definitely helped.
But that was also an interesting thing that they had this whole saving the planet, saving the Earth, the soil, basically. But a lot of the movie takes place in air.
Yeah.
A nice little contrast.
Yeah. Oh, and did
They're all connected.
Yeah. Did you watch because during the credits we got some, because the movie, the ending, so to speak, is pretty abrupt. Yes. She comes back to life, basically. The bugs bring her back to life because like, she sacrificed herself for us.
Yeah, and the baby bug goes, no, but she's nice.
Yeah.
In
and then
bug language.
Everyone rounds up and goes, Nausicaä! And hugs her. And then, boop, salute.
Yeah.
Over.
Salute.
Okay.
Yeah, and
but then during the credits, we see them kind of, they make amends with the Tolmeki, and then they rebuild. And then you see all the kids get their own gliders. First of all, very dangerous.
She's teaching them how to fly.
To like have 6-year-olds without any sort of security. But also, fuck, that's cool. To have like a bunch of gliders just flying around.
Because that was one thing that I thought was a little bit odd. Why is she the only one who glides like that?
Because she's the princess. Yeah. Everyone else has to work in the forest.
But it makes sense that everyone should learn it.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's pretty useful.
Definitely, yeah.
Hell, she managed to stop a war with it.
With the power of the wind.
Yeah, and I mean, she did have to sacrifice her entire life, technically, but, whatever.
It's worth it.
Minor detail.
Yeah.
Just said the same thing, though.
She's anime Jesus.
Bugs bring her... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes, that is also... She's literally Jesus
in the end. I mean, this is... I got strong Matrix vibes in the end, where she's sacrificing herself to stop the giant robot bugs from attacking the last city, and then they they get all the tendrils to like grab onto him, Neo, Nausicaä.
Yeah.
But instead of actually dying, she comes back to life, because this is...
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to talk about before. Even though there's a lot of action, a lot of kind of scary stuff in this. I mean, there's even a little bit of blood. This is supposed to be a kids' movie, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
But I think so that I think it's in the way like a DreamWorks movie is a kids' movie.
Yeah, it works for kids and adults. Yeah.
Yes. So it's not super childish.
No.
But there's enough colorful and pretty things to make children understand and have fun, while also having, deep stuff to make adults enjoy it.
Yeah, but that's also...
But I'm not entirely sure. I think so.
What's the rating?
I don't know.
Nausicaä. It's, it doesn't say. It's unrated. Jesus.
No, but doesn't that just mean it's basically kid-friendly?
No, it means they haven't rated it. Because it didn't...
They haven't rated it in 40 years?
No, because it probably never showed in theaters, so they didn't have to rate it.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's obviously meant for children.
Yeah.
Children...
Yeah, because it's not adult.
No, yeah. And that's also then why it is pretty... Everything, the message is so straightforward, because, they still want children to understand what the movie is about.
Yes.
But it doesn't feel like it's dumb or simplified for kids to understand. It's just told in a way that's easy to understand.
Yeah.
I think, like you said, it strikes a perfect balance between, like, being simple and being subtle.
Yeah. I'm trying to, like, skim through Wikipedia to see if it's technically anything, but the only time they mention anything that could be, like, telling is that it's a teenage princess. Nausicaä is not an adult, but she's not a child. And there is a redubbed version produced by Walt Disney in 2005. Yeah. But, Disney does stuff that's not kid-friendly as well, so...
Ooh.
But yeah, no, I'd say it's a bit of both. It's fine to watch for children, maybe not too young because they won't understand it.
Yeah,
and maybe the bugs will creep them out. Because I have to say, the giant fucking things coming out of the bugs' mouths.
Yeah. The bugs and that's good because they're supposed to be scary.
Yeah, because they're the monsters.
Yeah. I just found a movie that came out in '86, 2 years after. Which is literally called Castle in the Sky, which is also Hayao Miyazaki.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to watch that.
Yes.
Also, 78 out of 100. Like, all his movies get such fucking high scores.
I want to see Tales of Earthsea as well.
Yeah, the one with the big dragon. Is that his movie as well?
I think so. No, wait. Tales of Earthsea is only in Studio Ghibli.
Oh, okay.
I think. Still. I think so.
Yeah, here's the one. Oh, here's one he has directed. Oh!
God, as like producer? Can I see him as
He directed Lupin the Third. That's kind of cool. Huh.
He was key animator in 82 for Space Adventure Cobra.
Yeah, I know. I saw that one. That sounds awesome.
Cool.
The Whale Hunt. Oh,
I mean, that's the thing, though. He's an animator at heart, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Secondary, like, writer, I guess.
Yeah. And director.
Yeah.
No, yeah. The more we talk about this, the more I'm almost wanting to give it a 5.
I'm not gonna go that far because it's not like, even though I enjoyed it, it's definitely not one of my favorite of the ones I've seen. When it comes to Studio Ghibli in general.
Yeah.
Mainly because I associate it with, I want more of the fantasy, fantastical aspect. I want the flying bus cat. I want the fucking fire that speaks to you, or like the little soot sprites and shit.
Yeah.
That's what I want from a Studio Ghibli movie. This didn't have that. The bugs were actually bugs. They were actual humans just being humans. We had like one little Pokemon looking thing.
Yeah.
Which was adorable, but so unnecessary.
Yeah, it's just there to be cute.
Yeah. It looks exactly like one of those Pokemons. But
I know which one you mean. It's a four-legged, it's black and yellow striped.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, what's that called? Hold on.
It has big ears and a tail.
Yeah.
But I think it might be a little bit bigger.
Yes, it's supposed to be
like
much
a fur
bigger.
Collar.
Hold on. See if I can just.
Like, instead of the size of a squirrel, it's like the size of a cat or something. Or a small dog. I don't know which one I mean.
There are a couple ones. Jesus Christ. I just.
How do you describe that to try and find the right Pokemon?
I just googled four-legged black and yellow Pokemon. And
yeah, that you get
on Bulbapedia, which is the thing, there is a list of Pokemon ranked arranged by shape. So I guess Pokemon with a quadruped. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh, here we go. Is it Jolteon?
God.
Doesn't have the stripes though, but that's kind of it.
Could be Eevee. I'm thinking of Eevee, I think.
Eevee?
Or Arcanine. Or Flareon. See, there's all of them. But all of them have like the big ass ears, and 4 legs, and the big tail looking a little cute.
I thought that...
No, I'm thinking of Flareon.
Okay.
Specifically, but like, because it's the same color scheme as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they stole that from Nausicaä.
They probably got inspired.
Yeah.
But I mean, can you blame them? All of these things are inspired by other things.
Yeah. Except for like this one, Stonjourner. That looks like it's inspired by Stonehenge. What the fuck? It's a big rock Pokemon.
It's just a stone.
Anyway, we're not going to talk about Pokemon now. Stop it.
No, because that is a whole nother thing.
No, but this is a 4.5. This is a 9 out of 10 for me, definitely. I would.
It's a solid 3, maybe more, but it's mainly because I was a little bit disappointed that there wasn't like more magical stuff.
Okay, sure, but I would wholeheartedly recommend this to basically anyone.
Oh yeah. And I assume that you would be fine watching this dub, to be honest.
I think so too.
Because it's not like it's not like it's cultural, really. It's very
it's a fantasy world.
When it comes to the culture. Yeah, it's a fantasy.
It doesn't
world.
have to be
compared to, for example, My Neighbor Totoro, which is Japanese.
Yeah,
like it takes place in the Japanese culture. You need to like.
Who does the?
Feels like it fits You need the Japanese culture to make it make sense, and if you don't have it in Japanese, then it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Who does the dubbing? Is there any famous people?
For Nausicaä?
Yeah.
Well, I recognize Alison Lohman, who does the voice for Nausicaä. Patrick Stewart is Yupa.
Yes!
Shia LaBeouf is Aspel.
Well, okay, now
Uma Thurman, Kushana.
Whoa.
Whoever Kushana was Kushana the bad
I think so, yeah. That makes sense, too.
Chris Sarandon, I recognize that name.
Susan Sarandon.
Oh, yeah, maybe I'm mixing it up. Mark Hamill is mayor of Pejte.
Okay, cool.
But he does a lot of voice acting. Though.
All right, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch this.
Jodie Benson is Aspel and Lastel's mother.
Who?
Jodie Benson.
Jodie Benson? I don't know that is.
It's an actress.
It's
an actress. She's
sure.
an actress and a singer.
Okay, yeah. So then I'm definitely
the
going to watch this in English as well.
Yeah,
just to see. But
that's the to be honest. Wait, that's the Disney 2005 dubbing.
But I think that's the official. I don't think they're going to redub it for like Netflix or something. So. But that I think you might though. I think we talked about that a lot of actors do get more like they're more expressive when they're just using their voice, definitely.
Yes.
But I do think that a lot of the characteristics can maybe get lost when you're not using the Japanese language, because there's a lot
could be.
It's very expressive. All the times to just scream things.
Yeah.
Nausicaä! It's very over the top. I love it. Yamete!
Yes. That's very charming when it comes to Japanese movies, or specifically animated, obviously. Yeah. To be fair, they do that in live action as well.
We talked about it recently in Godzilla Minus One.
True.
Yeah, it's very emotional.
Yes.
Yeah, that works.
Very expressive.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, you see that on YouTube as well. Like, Japanese YouTubers can be very expressive.
I don't watch a lot of Japanese YouTubers.
I've only watched a handful, but they can be.
Yeah.
So yeah, you might lose a bit of the charm.
Yeah.
But if it's one movie that I think you can watch,
sure.
It's this one probably.
Yeah, I mean, I spent half the movie just like mimicking their yelling, and before anyone says anything, lovingly mimicking.
Oh yeah,
it's yes. Japanese sounds funny. I'm just gonna say it.
To us, obviously, because it's very different from what we sound like.
Yeah, but it's also awesome.
Yes, but when it's a mimicry is the highest form of
flattery. Yeah, exactly. I'm just thinking, very poignant though, because at the time we're recording this, tomorrow Shane Gillis is hosting SNL, where he famously got fired from 4 years ago because people found out, that he had been doing, the Japanese voice in his podcast, and they did not, they did not go over well.
There's a difference though with how you use it.
Of course, but I mean,
you sitting at home mimicking the way they say specific words in a specific movie, that's just funny.
Yeah, it's okay to be racist if no one hears it.
Making a whole spiel about it being like a stand-up and all you do is funny voices is a little bit. Come on,
well,
is that all you got?
Sure,
I'm sure he got more things than that. But
he can be a bit risque with his racial jokes, but it's all in good fun. He doesn't It's never because Japanese people suck. It's never that,
No.
Which is
I have to mention though, because
context matters.
That's one of
as
context matters. But that's also one of the things, because I living on the internet is terrible sometimes.
I know.
But I've seen a lot more and more of random people going to specifically Asian countries and just asking even older people, how do you feel about foreigners coming in and wearing your traditional clothing, or for Korea specifically wearing hanbok, or in Japan wearing kimonos or whatever.
Kimono, yeah.
Is that the one? Yeah, that's the one. Most of them go, it's fascinating. It's so much fun to watch other people explore and learn about our culture.
Embrace their culture, of course.
Yeah. Because that's what it is. It's not them making fun of it. It's them experiencing it and enjoying it and wanting to learn about it.
Excuse me.
Are you okay?
I don't know. from nowhere. It's got something.
Don't die.
No, I'm fine.
Don't die.
The spores. I inhaled.
Edit this.
No, because if you.
So I just want to mention that because I whenever we talk about other cultures, I'm like, the back of my mind, I have this millennial kind of thing going. You can't speak about other cultures because you're white.
No, but if you're proud of your culture, you want more people to embrace it, right?
Obviously. At least not like claim it for your own, because that's weird.
Of course not. But
explore it and enjoy it. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, like, people who always scream cultural appropriation. There are some instances, yes, where it has been appropriated, but for the most part, that's just people with a chip on their shoulder. Most people of that culture will say, "Oh, that's awesome, welcome," basically.
Exactly.
I would love more people come in and join the Viking culture. That would be awesome.
Sure.
And then we'll sacrifice you as a blood culture.
And we might skip that part.
Oh, you're Christian? We'll hang you. Perfect.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there.
Yes.
Because
next week we'll have a special episode.
Well,
early episode.
This comes out on Saturday the 24th. We are watching Dune on the 26th, and we're not gonna wait with that review until what is it, the fucking 2nd of March? No, we're releasing that immediately on the 26th.
Yes. So you get an extra.
Yeah, you get an extra because I've already seen people have been reviewing it already. I know Jeremy Johns released a review. I haven't watched it, but I saw he released one. And I'm sure real critics have already seen it. Yeah, it has an 80 Metascore. Jesus Christ.
Of course.
Yeah, so we don't want to be too far behind because this is like it's early.
Also, why sit on it when we have?
Yeah, exactly.
Just general. Because it's a movie we're excited about. So
yeah, sort of.
I
am.
We want to hear more of the music.
Definitely that. Based on the book, this is the movie where all the fun stuff happens.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, God. I mean, the first one was long, but this is 2 hours and 46 minutes. Jesus Christ.
Well.
Anyway.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Exactly. So for now, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. If you're here on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Comment. What do you think of Nausicaä?
And also, maybe you can tell us which Studio Ghibli movie to do next.
Yeah. And if you want us to...
We mentioned a bunch.
If you actually want us to heed your call, tell us on patreon.com/nomagazine.
Yes. Because then we're
contractually obligated to pick your movie.
Yes.
$3 a month, you get literally hundreds of hours of extra material. But that's all for next week. For now,
that's all for today.
That's all for today as well. And until Monday,
next time
we talk about Dune Part 2. Have a good one. Bye. The Spoiler Cast is part of Please Don't Make a Scene. It is produced and directed by Tobias Vedén and hosted by Tobias and Rebecca Vedén. Executive producer is Annika Vedén. I also want to give a huge shout out to all our patrons over on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. Mom, Dad, Christopher Belén, Danny Del Gaiso, Mac and Mom, Laura Kinney, CK85.